What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 9 mega cap stocks in this video. But before we get started, please hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, 3 days of live trading in my Discord, definitely check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Apple stock, it's up 2.19%. And Apple stock, I talked about it in my video before that if you are shorting into this hole right here, that is not a good idea on Apple stock. Just because we got this gap down here at 167, you want to wait for a bounce. Anything that is getting oversold, you want to wait for a bounce before going into a short position. Now, if you took some puts today, that can possibly work out because now we got two gaps, 177.68 from today, one down here 176.13, and then the one all the way down here at 167. Now this could be still a dead cat bounce on Apple stock, possibly can run up to 183 and gets rejected from this negatively sloping white line 20 SMA. In that case, watch out for the support right here, guys, 180. Soon as that gives up, you're going to see Apple stock flushing down all the way down to this gap 177.68, and just below that 176. On Meta, it's up 2.31%, and now it's up another 2% after hour because of Nvidia's earning, guys. Now tomorrow, Meta already trading above 300. There is gonna be a big level to watch tomorrow, but because how we are gapping up tomorrow morning on Meta, if there is a pullback under 300, you wanna watch red line 50 SMA 297.49, and just below that right here, this trend line 296. And then the gap below from today, this gap up right here, around 295. To the upside, as long as Meta can hold above, I would say 297 right here, 297.49 to 300, you're going to see a move all the way up to 305 to retest right here, white line 20 SMA, and then up to even 316. I don't see it's going up to 316 tomorrow, but definitely we could see Meta retesting white line 20 SMA, 305 tomorrow morning. On Microsoft, it's up 1.41% and now up again another 1.85% after hours. So Microsoft tomorrow, you want to watch 334.57 right here, red line 50 SMA, and soon as that breaks, you're going to see a push up to 339. Also, this is going to be a massive gap up tomorrow. So on a pullback, you want to watch white line 20 SMA as a support, 326 right here. And only if that holds, you're going to see more buying and possibly Microsoft putting in this bottom right here and pushing higher all the way up to not only 339, possibly up to this gap 345. So Microsoft tomorrow, risk on right here around 326. White line 20 SMA. And if this thing actually breaks under 326, you should be risk off. It's coming down to 322.56, 320, and possibly back down to 313.62 right here. To the upside, watch out for the resistance at 334.57, 339, and above that, gap on top 345. On Amazon stock, it's up 0.95% and now up another 1.45%, and Amazon almost getting over 138, and that is going to be a big level to break tomorrow. Amazon above 138, completely out of the woods. We're not going to see Amazon coming down here to close this gap. Amazon could be going all the way up to 143 and then 146 above 138. Downside support, white line 20 SMA, 135. And if that gives up, watch out down here, 131.73, and then the gap below, just under 130. On Google stock, is up 2.71% and now up again another 1% after hours. So I said it last night, you're going to see a big move on Google stock, and I think it's going to play out to the downside because of all these gaps. But because of Nvidia's earning today, And this thing also running, we got a breakout to the upside, but there is just one day. I mean, we have seen a lot of these fake moves in the market where stock, goes up or gaps up, and then the next morning or 2 days later, it's back down here. So Google looking strong and bullish for now. We got that breakout, but I would like to see Google stock above 134. And if that happens, this Bollinger Band expands all the way up to 140. You're going to see some more upside all the way up to 140. So far, right now, Google stock getting a bit overbought, trading above upper Bollinger Band. So that is something to watch on Google stock. This thing cannot just move higher without this Bollinger Band expanding all the way up to 140. Now to the downside, we do have strong support on Google stock right here, 130, white line 20 SMA, and if that gives up, down here, 127.25, 125.51, and then the gap below, 123.69. On Tesla stock, it's up 1.57% and now up another 1.67%. So Tesla also running after hour. Tomorrow you want to watch Tesla right here, this big resistant, negatively sloping white line 20 SMA, 244. Only if that breaks, you're going to see a quick trip all the way up to 262 on Tesla again. Now Tesla gets rejected from 244. Watch out for the support down here, 235.82, and just below that 227, blue line 5 SMA, and then the gap below 217.58. So on Nvidia stock, again with the earnings today, this thing dipped down to 452. And as you can see on my screen right here, we do have support at 452, bouncing off of this blue line 5 SMA, and then going back up all the way up to 471 plus. And now, again, beating the earnings, and it's up another $35, $40 after hour. Now, that is insane, guys. Now, do you think I agree with the earnings? Double beat on the EPS and also on revenue? No. Look at big names like Apple, Microsoft. Earnings are not good as before. But this company here, that is insane. Now, with high interest rate, inflation high, still high. Look at this insane move. This was the last earning, um, that was 9 months ago. So the first gap up we got right here. Okay, that rally continued to this rally right here, and then we got 120 or $50 gap up right here, the last earnings. And now, not to mention, we have gap within the gap. Another gap here, 395. Again, the stock gapped up. Not yesterday, day before, 435. And now today, with another beat on earnings, another gap up. So just tell me how this makes sense. Apple, bad earnings. Microsoft, same thing. It's not impressive. AMD, not impressive. And this thing here, again, beating on the EPS, revenue, and the CEO coming out and bragging about it. And that is just BS, guys. Now, Nvidia, yes, I like the company. I would like to see Nvidia stock, going up even higher, but not this way. I mean, this is crazy. You got big names like Apple, the biggest stock on earth. Earnings are not great. But look at here, it's booming, AI boom here. It's just going to the moon. And that is why, especially stocks like this, you can buy it long term. You can day trade, and that is still a very risky game if you're doing it because look at this, guys. I mean, look at this chop. I mean, who would want to buy this stock and hold overnight? It was down here close to 400, and that was what, about a week ago. And now we are back up to a new all-time high that was yesterday, and now another new all-time high tomorrow morning. So now it's down, now it's up, it's all over the place. Earnings. He keeps saying that they're doing great as a company, but look at other mega caps. Even Meta, it's not good as this earning from Nvidia that we got today. Now, with high interest rate and people are struggling to pay their bills, you think they're buying a $2,000 chip from Nvidia? I don't think so. So it's totally BS, and we're going to find out. I mean, I can give you the video is gonna get even longer. I can give you some examples where, as a matter of fact, I know it's not a tech company, but look at Moderna from 500 down under 100. Look at Upstart from 400 down to what? $12. So I know these are different companies. I'm not comparing to Nvidia, but this thing can come down. I mean, we saw how this thing came down to $108. And now with all these gaps, you're going to see a big pullback at some point, and this thing will come down and digest this big move. So for tomorrow on Nvidia stock, to the upside, you want to watch around 528. To the downside, you want to watch right here, this all-time high as a big support around $82 to $85. That is all I can give you in this video as a support and resistance on Nvidia. And above 528, guys, blue sky, this thing can run even higher. And I know there's been a lot of talk for 550 or even 600, and that is possible above 528. But I think a pullback on the stock is due, and it's going to come when nobody's expecting. On AMD stock is up 3.57% and now up another 3%. This thing also rallying, and looks like we could see AMD filling the gap tomorrow 115.49. Tomorrow on AMD stock, you want to watch 113 red line 50 SMA and then the gap above 115.49. We also have resistance at 118. To the downside, there's a support watch right here around 110, 108, 106.64, 105, 103.30, and then flat 100, which I think tomorrow AMD getting down to 100, that is almost impossible unless there is a big bad catalyst waiting for AMD tomorrow morning. On Netflix, it's up 3.48%, and why? From this head and shoulder pattern, this thing reversing and going up because we got an upgrade this morning from another analyst, and that is why this thing is up. Just before opening, we got that upgrade, and this thing rallied all the way up to 437, guys. Now this one also from 396 4 days ago up to 437. That is insane. Now if you look at my screen, Netflix getting rejected from red line 50 SMA 432, and now also trading just above 425. So you want to watch Netflix holding 425 and also breaking above 432. 432 breaks, you're going to see 443 to 450 on Netflix. Below 425, we got this massive gap today. Watch out for a move down here to 418 and then the gap below 415.74 on Netflix.